age where trust in digital and web technologies and person security and privacy is growing concern, how can universities play a proactive role in shaping digital world that are trusted and ethical for students and the university ecosystem?
Thanks for asking that question from CIPU Global. I'm glad to be here. So for the first, let us review why trust and person security is of growing concern. First of all, there is a lot of data collection, all over wherever we interact with as a human being, and it's centralization that happens all around. Second, there is no or very less control over the data for the originator, because the same data that is collected actually gets shared and sold further without our knowledge and without any control for us. And third, as we interact in the digital world, we have no way to identify what we are dealing with. So these are the kind of three things which we have identified which are leading to these trust and security concerns. Now, how can university play an important role in this? I think it is to do with what they are good at, so in academics and being the research partners. First is that the universities play a very important role in how persons' outlook develops with education, what they learn and how they will interact and implement those things in the society as they go out. And universities can create the correct curriculums to shape the thinking and introduce those concepts of trust and ethics early on as a base that they will take out to the world. Second, universities can create and become part of a research to improve on the methods and practices that lead to better outcomes, in these kind of situations. So I think those are the two situations on how universities can play a very important role in defining the future.
With rapid advances in AI and digital infrastructure, what skills or mindset should academic institutions focus on to prepare students for emerging roles in a trust-driven digital economy?
Good question. So I normally talk about be aware of. Number one, internet was not built with a trust layer, or the security layer you can think of. So everyone should be very prepared that you will get scammed as you interact in internet and those situations. Second is when transacting in an internet framework or the web technologies, you should always trust, but also verify. So it's like a trust but verify mantra. Ideally, the infrastructure should enable that thing right underneath without a user having to worry about it. But that is not the case today. Third, we need new architectures. The current architectures are failing us, and we need new architectures that and implementations that will establish the sustainable trust system. Fourth, we are living in a public computing era, and we have lost the personal computer. So that is the fourth one. And fifth is we all are going to be interacting in some way or fashion with the digital world. And some of us will create things. So always remember that whatever we do to others or create towards, same will be applied on us as well. So those are the 5 mantras, and something that to imbibe into as we go out and work in these technologies and stuff. Now, just expanding on these things, internet has provided us unique opportunities. It's great opportunities to communicate at the light speed and grow along with it. Many new businesses and new business models have emerged due to this. And overall, it has been very good for commerce and business, for the last 20, 30 years. However, the same opportunities have created challenges as well. The data can be collected and hence hacked at the light speed as well. The data can be shared or sold to other parties without the knowledge of the originator at the light speed as well. And also, in this new world that we are living in, a fake can be presented in front of us at the light speed as well, all of which leads to safety and security problems. So these are the challenges that we face in the 21st century, where we live in this sort of like public computing era. There's no personal computing, as I said. So we are at this verge of losing what is very important to us, a safe and secure existence, which can be detrimental to a lot of things. So our health, our finances, our family, and even our lives. So if somebody gets into these security problems, in context of cyber or digital world, a person can lose all of these things, and it can lead to a very unsustainable future for them, all because the digital could not live up to the promise of security. I think we should prepare students to be adept at building safe and secure scenarios, for which my company, Woplli Technologies, actually introduced 5 principles to implement such a world in 2021, and we have been keeping on expanding on that.
You worked at the intersection of technology, design, and human experience. How can academic institutions collaborate with industry to co create meaningful real world infrastructure that reflects these values?
So that's a very important question, and just bringing those 3 things together, it is a lot of mindset shift. So first thing I would say is that whatever we build, uh, you know, uh, and bring out to the world as creators, as developers, or whatever the case is, we should be keeping the human at the center. It's like something that will eventually affect a human and their experiences as they interact with those applications or the technologies that we are bringing through. Now, a human's experience, as you mentioned, so I've been working in this, learning about what an experience is. Uh, a human's experience is currently defined, or essentially has been defined by 3 questions. The first one is, who am I? So, which defines the identity of a person. Second is, what do I have? And which is about the assets a person carries. So it could be as simple as your land or your car or your scooter. But then it could also mean jewelry, your money, and your data. And the third is, uh, what can I do, which is about the transactions I make in any context. So in the digital context, what kind of transactions I can make. So I believe that we have to really enable trust and security in all of these elements. Digital technologies should also learn from our natural world. By that, what I mean with that is that we as living people or living humans are very decentralized in nature, who come together to do transactions and to form groups, organizations, families, structures, etc. We are not predefined in a database so that we can do the transactions, right? And this distinction is very important to understand. In the last 30 to 40 years, we have taken the path of collecting, predefining objects and entities, including the human beings, in these large database sets so that we can transact with each other. This is a very unnatural phenomenon if you think from a perspective of how we live our natural lives. So digital, I believe, should mimic our natural lives. It should enhance us and enable us, not lead to a place where where we are getting consumed by it, right? So it should not consume us. Now, decentralized technologies are being seen as a pathway for more trust and secure digital. So, given how we are in our natural world, specifically, there have been specifications from W3C, World Wide Web Consortium, on verifiable credentials that provide a way for cryptographically to determine the authenticity of a credential. So something that has been issued. And also the issuer of that credential, while assuming that the issuer and the verifier have no connection with each other, right? Which is the point behind the decentralized. So two objects which are totally disconnected in space can can verify the authenticity and can verify the authenticity of not only the document or something that has been issued, but also the authenticity of who has issued it, right? And form that trust with that issuer. And that provides a very big change to where we have been, which where we have been trying to do these transactions based upon the databases, as I mentioned earlier. So there is an industry push happening overall, and it was also showcased in a recent conference which I attended. There was a global digital collaboration conference in Geneva last week, where many governments, intergovernment agencies, standardization bodies, many private and public institutions came together. And they're working on these technologies to bring different kind of a world together, where my company is also involved. And I would say, as far as the academic institutions are concerned, academic institutions should learn, adopt, and become part of this wave, so that we bring the future together into this new era.